welcome to WTFSutter. I'm here on Kelly Jones' porn couch. I believe named that because it actually appeared on the porn set. I don't know if it was Cara Cara or I don't know which porn set it was on, or if it was Kelly's own personal porn set. Kelly's had a whole career before she started doing costumes. I won't get into it. But if you go on BitTorrent and enter, never mind. So where are we at? We're here. We are filming episode 7. We are prepping episode 8, doing my draft of episode 9, drafts of 10, draft of 10 is being written, we are breaking 11. Just locked picture on episode 5, so we're jamming. I posted on my blog my my seasonal fan challenge, that if we get a bump in of any amount in terms of viewership, that I would do what we did last year, which is we fly a few people, we fly a few fans out, unfortunately U.S. only, to here in Los Angeles. We do kind of an event, we rent a theater, we show an episode with the fans, we do a little Q&A and with some of the cast, and we make it all part of a what will ultimately become a DVD extra. So I think we're gonna move forward with home entertainment on that again. But I like to sort of get it out there to get people excited about the show, and you know, to keep that challenge current. What else? I think that's all that's going on. We had our TCA this past weekend that went very well. Near a cunt was uttered, so I'm happy about that. Some great questions by the critics, and I felt that it went very well. Premiere is September 11th, and I think that's all the news I have. Let's do a few questions here on the porn couch. I think I have to get comfortable. Okay. Mr. Sutter, what is your favorite part of this question comes from Michelle Robinson. And Michelle asks, Mr. Sutter, what is your favorite part of Sons of Anarchy? Acting, directing, writing, and why? My favorite part is writing. You know, I like, you know, acting was the first thing I did, and I love to act, and I say this over and over again in the hopes that it actually inspires someone else, but that I am the only person that will employ me as an actor. And I do. I like the challenge of directing very much. For me, it's a continuation of the storytelling process. But you know, writing is really kind of what I do. It's what I love to do. There is nothing, for me, more satisfying than being alone in a room with a whiteboard and all the voices in my head. So that's sort of you know, I believe that that's what I'm supposed to be doing. You know, that I'm a storyteller. But very good question. Let's see. This is a really uncomfortable couch. Could not imagine like fucking on this couch. Maybe not. Let's see. I answered that one already. Oh, here we go. Hiya, Kurt. This is from Lisa Roberts. I love that you do these fan incentive type promos. Exciting news. We here, the Aussies, are getting season 5 just a few days after it premieres there. Yeah, I hear, I guess they've been running, because I think it came late to Australia, or later, and I guess they've been running them more than one season a year, so they're pretty much caught up to us, and they're actually, I think the Aussies see them now before the Brits, because I think the Brits are actually a whole season behind. So here you go. Question: have you ever considered being a stunt double on your own show? Just because you don't really have enough to do. Oh, I get it. That was a joke. No, I really have not considered that. There's a lot of things that I do well, and a lot of things I don't do well. I don't take a punch very well at all. This question is from Joe Stills. Joe says, how big of a Stephen King fan are you? First he's on the show playing a character, and then you have a book made especially for a scene later on. Have you read most of his books? This is from Jonathan, it's from Joe, in Los Angeles. I am a big Stephen King fan. You know, I'm not a big reader. I'm not, you know, I don't read a lot. But I have actually read quite a bit of Stephen's stuff, mostly his earlier stuff. But I'll tell you how that relationship began. Is that Stephen? We found out Stephen was a fan of The Shield, and I guess at some point he had talked to Sean about doing something on the show, and then that never happened. And we found out he was a big fan of Sons, and that he used to ride motorcycles, and you know, before before he you know, got hit by a bus or a car. Bus just sounded much more dramatic. So we had a conversation, and I basically said, dude, you can do anything you want. You can write, you can direct, you can act. And he said, all I want to do is ride a motorcycle. So we came up with that character of the cleaner, which I thought was sort of ironic and fun. And we had him roll in on a, you know, on a big red bagger, you know, and he loved it. And you know, he's very rarely in LA, and he was out accepting some award, and so we timed it out for that episode, and he was fucking great, man. He was just, you know, completely underplayed and creepy, and it was fantastic. And I actually would love to bring that character back, but I just know how rare it is to get Stephen, you know, out of Maine. So and then, you know, since that, you know, I've actually stayed in contact with Stephen, and we've become friends. And when we were doing that scene last season where Piney gets offed, you know, I liked the idea that Piney was reading a Stephen King book, and I emailed Stephen and I said, hey, do you have a book that you want to push? You know, is there a new book? Piney can be reading it, you know. And he said, have him read Cycle Zombies. And I said, what is Cycle Zombie? He goes, I don't know, but I should write that book. And I said, okay. So I had our art department design a cover, and came up with Cycle Zombies, and then I emailed him back a picture of it, and I said, okay, now you actually have to write this book. To which his response was, no, you have to write it. So that's how we did it. It was sort of a little homage to Mr. King, but that book, as of yet, does not exist. And that's sort of how that began. That's a very long-winded story for a very short question. Hence my charm. So that's it. keep plugging away at these. Keep sending those questions, and I'll try to get to more of them. I know the last few I've not answered many questions, but and spread the word about our little fan challenge. I would love to you know, to be able to uptick even the slightest this for season 5 and keep the excitement about the show going and the energy going, and be able to reward you guys. You guys are completely off the hook, and I'm not just saying this because it's my show, and I'm, you know, I'm sure other showrunners have experiences with their shows and that equal this, but I am, you know, I am constantly stunned and a little terrified and completely, you know, grateful for the excitement and the amount of love and the, you know, how genuinely devoted people are to the show, and how plugged in they are, and how supportive they are. It just really, you know, it's very gratifying for me to know that, you know, we're all doing something here that is, you know, bringing a level of enjoyment to other people, and I mean that sincerely. So let's keep at it, and I'll keep doing these. You know, the Before the Anarchy things are running all over the internet now, and they're fantastic. If you've not seen them, you should check them out. I think we're posting them on the this channel, this YouTube channel as well. But HD Films has done a great job working with us, putting these together, and it's the actors, it's behind the scenes stuff, it's teasers for this season without really giving away story points or anything, so it doesn't spoil anything, but I think it'll be cool for you to see some of the action that's happening in the episodes and get you excited about it. So if you haven't seen the Before the Anarchies, I think there's 3 out, and the 4th one I think is posting soon, so check them out. Thanks.